My name is Erik Chapman, and I play violin, and I'm in the first violin section of the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, and I've been here for 6.5 years.
And I would guess from listening to the accent as well that you come from other shores than the UK.
I do. I'm originally from Texas.
So how did you get to here? Was the violin, for example, was that the first instrument that you picked up? Was that what you had planned to play?
It was either violin or clarinet. I couldn't decide when I was 10. And the local music shop had sent out these little recordings and booklets with information about the instruments. And I couldn't decide, violin, clarinet, and we had a night where the parents brought all the kids to the school to pick their instrument, and they ran out of clarinets, and so it was the violin. But I really couldn't decide.
And there wasn't a suggestion from the parents that they wanted a quieter instrument, perhaps?
No. The one good thing was that we lived so far from the shop that my parents said he's left-handed, and they said, well, if it's a problem and he has difficulty, bring it back and we'll restring it. And luckily we lived so far away they never took it back, because of course I had trouble.
So we know that you had the choice between a clarinet and a violin, so you chose the violin. Then how did you get from there to here? Did you go to a conservatoire?
I did. I studied at New England Conservatory in Boston and then at Juilliard in New York.
Which is one of the top conservatoires in the United States.
Yes.
So how was that? Was that something, if you go to something which has a pretty good reputation, that I presume means that you have to try harder?
Yes, try harder to get in, and then try harder when you get out, because people have certain expectations of you afterwards. But it was a very good training for me, violinistically and just career-wise. It was just fantastic. Good teaching, good classes.
Now, you always seem very happy with the RPO, and I guess there's a lot of travel involved. I know from speaking to you before that that's one of the highlights of working for the RPO, that you sing an awful lot of the world. Beyond the traveling, that's quite hard work, though, isn't it?
It is. About in the last 3 weeks, I added up in 22 days we had taken 11 flights, and it's a lot of work. I mean, as much as I enjoy it, it is tiring. It is very tiring. And it's not so much just the flight, it's the fact that we get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to make the flight, to get to the next city, to play the rehearsal, have the concert, and then it's very difficult to go to bed directly afterwards, as you know, from being out with us. And so then the whole cycle begins the next day, and it's tiring.
Does it also have an impact on the amount of time that you have to rehearse? If you're on an aeroplane, for example, then you can't get the instrument out and play.
That's true. And when we get into a hotel types, after having traveled, some people want to sleep. There's a reluctance to pull out and make a lot of noise because you never know who you might be disturbing next to you. So there's this sense of kind of keeping your energy level contained until you can expend it during the concert that evening. Trying to get some rest, etc., eat right.
But you're getting plenty of stamps in your passport, and you're seeing a lot of interesting concert halls along the way.
Definitely.
Are there any particular favourites that you've seen across Europe?
Favorite concert halls? Just about any hall in Spain, I would say. They have some really nice halls.
Have you got any places that you've missed out so far? That's something on your top 10 list?
I've never been to Japan, and I'm waiting for the orchestra to help me get to Japan. So, but that's about it. We've played in lots of great places already. In the 6.5 years I've been here, we've been many places.